So, I read this classic novel called The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini, and as the cover of the book says, it was indeed unforgettable, extraordinary, and powerful. This masterpiece of a novel is written from the first person perspective of a boy named Amir. He grew up in Afghanistan back in 1975. He talks about his childhood and the days he spent with one of his closest friends, Hassan. These two had a very precious friendship. The name Hassan means to be good, to be beautiful, and the author makes direct religious reference to Islam, as Hassan was the son of Ali, the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad. These same names, along with their meanings, were carried over to the book as well. So, the difference between Amir and Hassan was that Amir belonged to a rich family. He lived with his father, and who had been shown to be a very courageous man. Meanwhile, Hassan and his father Ali were servants to Amir and his father. The tone of the book, around the beginning, remains very light, with Amir reminiscing over fun childhood memories. Yet, as time progresses in the book, Amir develops a sense of jealousy towards the way his father treated Hassan. I'm sure we all have a sibling or a friend that we're all a bit jealous of. And this theme is clearly shown in the book. It's a clear representation of hamartia, where this fatal flaw of him acting so jealous towards Hassan led to his downfall. Later on in the book, you can see the struggles he begins to face in life. And it's at this point where the tone of the book begins to progress towards darkness, betrayal, and cruelty. The reader can clearly see this, as Amir over time becomes a very unreliable narrator with biased views and conflicting emotions. Eventually, the Soviet Union invades Afghanistan, leading Amir and his father to leave the country and move to America. It was at this moment he had completely lost a friend, and it's a subject that many of us can relate to nowadays. It can be one of the most painful things to go from talking to someone every day to never being in contact at all. I've dealt with it myself, and from experience, I've got a good understanding of how they must have felt. The two move on with different lives, with Amir living in America, facing his own personal struggles, while Hassan continues on with his life in a war-stricken Afghanistan. From there, Amir begins to realize where he had gone wrong. He has this sense of guilt, but the transition between the glorious life Amir once lived back home and the life he now lives is a clear reflection upon the concept of karma. Karma for what he had done to Hassan, and the climax builds up. Amir goes on a journey to find his long-lost friend once again, in hopes of making things good again. It remains a tragic story, and it always manages to pull your strings. Hosseini continuously uses pathos through the many notable quotes found in the book, famous one being, "There is a way to be good again, Amir." I definitely suggest this to any of my friends and family, as it truly has a very deep and meaningful message. Unlike a lot of other novels, it allows the reader to gain a perspective of a boy who not only lived a life in a third world country, but also one that we're very familiar with. This contrast between the two made it so appealing to read over other classic novels.